Good morning, boys and girls. Today is May 5th, Tuesday. I wanted to go ahead and walk through your assignment for today on Get Epic. So I hope that you were able to access everything okay yesterday. And yesterday's question, let me go back to that, was what was the Louisiana Purchase, first of all? But what were Napoleon's reasons for selling that Louisiana territory? So I asked you to post the question on Google Classroom. And boys and girls, I put it as an assignment right here. Oops, that's not it. Here it is. It says, here's the question, and it's just basically a quick answer, a short answer, but it has to be correct capitalization and complete sentences because it's worth 5 points, okay? So today's assignment was, here's the question. Do you agree with Thomas Jefferson's reasoning for why he was allowed to add land to the United States? Why or why not? And so once again, you're going to have to post the answer on Google Classroom under the assignment, and I'll post it today sometime. Okay, so let's walk through this with you. Okay, let me make sure I'm recording. Okay, a constitutional question. So here's the title. What is a constitutional question? Basically, if you're not understanding that word, remember you can click on it. It's basically anything relating to a person's physical or mental makeup. Probably not that one, but let's look at number 2. Of or relating to or in agreement with a constitution. And if you remember the Constitution, we talked about that, basically the laws of the land. So this question that this chapter is going to kind of go over is, was it something that Thomas Jefferson did that followed the Constitution? Because remember, as president, he is required and he is sworn to follow the Constitution. So let's see what happens here. All right, Livingston and Monroe could hardly believe their luck. Remember, Robert Livingston and James Monroe were like ambassadors that were trying to negotiate with France. They had hoped to buy New Orleans. The city was a very small part of France's land in North America. But the French were prepared to sell a much larger area. The Louisiana territory covered more than 828,000 square miles. That's 2,144,500 square kilometers. That was more land than France, Spain, and Germany, Italy, Portugal, and the United States combined. It was like a huge deal. Though this land was not empty. Many tribes of the American Indians lived there. Even so, France claimed to own the land, and Livingston and Monroe wanted to buy it. Livingston and Monroe did not have permission to buy the entire Louisiana territory. However, the territory would nearly double the size of the United States, and it would help the country become more powerful. So they accepted France's offer. The Louisiana Purchase Treaty laid out the terms. The United States would pay $15 million for the land. This was an excellent price for so much land. The men signed the treaty on May 2nd, 1803. So boys and girls, this land purchase became known as the Louisiana Purchase. It was sold for $15 million. And it doubled the size of the United States. Jefferson was thrilled when he got the news. There was just one problem. Jefferson was not sure he was allowed to approve the deal. As a U.S. president, Jefferson got his power from the U.S. Constitution. That document spells out what the government has the power to do. And the Constitution did not say the president couldn't buy land. Jefferson considered the problem carefully. The Constitution did not give the president permission to add land to the country. On the other hand, it did not say the president couldn't add the land. And the Constitution does give the president power to make treaties. So what is he going to do? It's kind of a great deal that he didn't want to pass up. So Jefferson used this fact to come up with his solution. The United States had made a treaty with France. He reasoned that was within his powers as president. So Jefferson went ahead with the deal. And I believe page 22, page 23, oops, I'm going the wrong way now. We're going to read just this last page, and we're going to read a little bit about him. People often disagree about how much power the United States Constitution gives the government. Constitutionalists believe the government can only do what the Constitution mentions directly. If something is not mentioned, they believe the government cannot do it. Jefferson usually held this view, but when he approved the Louisiana Purchase Treaty, he went against it. He did something the Constitution did not specifically mention. Jefferson compared his decision to being a guardian of a child. He believed his action would help the young country. In purchasing an important adjacent territory, Jefferson wrote, a guardian does not ask the child for permission. Instead, when the child grows up, the guardian can explain, I did this for your good. So basically, he used that comparison, boys and girls, the way a guardian or a parent makes decisions for us as children, to him being the president making the decision for the country. Because right now, they may not see it, but in the future, he's doing it for the good of the country to make the United States stronger. So Jefferson's decision shaped how other leaders thought about the Constitution. They used his decision as an example when trying to figure out what their powers included. So, based on what we read today, do you agree with his decision? Do you agree with Thomas Jefferson's reasoning for why he was allowed to add land to the United States? Why or why not? So you guys just make your, boys and girls, make your claim. You can easily say, I agree with Thomas Jefferson's reasoning for adding land to the United States, period. First, I agree because, and then use the text. What is he doing that makes it, if you agree with his decision, why? Okay, please reread these pages because I didn't assign too many. Most of where you're going to get your answer will be probably here, and these 2 pages here. Okay, I look forward to once again reading your answers. I look forward to all of your writing, boys and girls. All right, make it a great day. The choice is yours.